right, so we're on a roll from our beautiful video, 5 signs to knowing that you're having a spiritual awakening. Now I have 5 more signs because it depends on where you are on your path. Yeah, so you might have already started having a spiritual awakening, and believe it or not, we go through quite a few awakenings. You think you do one and you're done, but there's actually more than that. So I thought I'd do another video with 5 other signs, 5 more signs of things that happen when you start having a spiritual awakening. Now, the first one is that you no longer need to fix or change others. And this is a huge one. Sign number 1, you no longer have to change or fix others. That is such a relief. The moment I realized that, I felt like a weight was taken off my shoulders. I no longer have to do that. It's not my job to fix or change others. That's not what we're here for. So, if within yourself you've already reached that point and oh, that's not my job, that's not what I'm here for, it's not what I'm supposed to do, then you're on a really good track towards your spiritual awakening. You're already probably more than halfway there, I imagine, to the next level. My whole life, I was brought up to think that the woman, when you get married, the wife changes the man. It's her job to shape him, to mold him into whatever it is that she wants, what she needs. I grew up with this mentality, in my home. This is what I was taught. And it took me a long time to shake that one off. No, it's not my job. That's their job. To work on themselves, to improve themselves, if they have issues within themselves. And that goes for everybody. It's not just for your partners. It goes for your children. It goes for everything. I am constantly having to take a step back and allowing my daughter to have her experiences. She needs to have them so that she can grow spiritually. If I'm constantly getting in the way to protect her and not allow her to have her experiences, because I don't want her to get hurt or I don't want her to suffer, how can she grow? Everyone is here having their own experience. Everyone is spirit in human form, having a human experience. And it's not up to us to judge that experience is right or wrong. It's what that spirit, that soul came to experience. And the best we can do is just be there. If they need us for support, if they need to come and talk to us for anything, then just be there. But it's not your job to change it, and it's not your job to fix it. So that's sign number 1, that you're having a spiritual awakening. Sign number 2, that you're having a spiritual awakening, is being content in your own company. When there is no one around you, you are happy to just sit by yourself. You don't feel lonely. You don't feel alone. You're happy to have your own time to yourself. You're happy to be in your own company, is what I like to call it. You like to be with yourself. You're comfortable in your own space without needing to have other people around you. So number 2 is a really beautiful step in spiritual awakening. It's being happy to be with yourself and not needing to have anyone else around. Number 3, another big sign that you're having a spiritual awakening is that you no longer need validation from others. What? This is such a big one. You don't need anyone else to accept you. You don't need anyone else to approve of you. And this includes your darling parents that we spend our whole lifetime trying to gain their love, their approval, their acceptance, their validation. We don't need that anymore. This is a really big sign that you're having a spiritual awakening. You no longer need approval or acceptance from others outside of you. You approve of you. You accept yourself. You are all the validation you ever needed. And when you really truly think about how important this step is, this sign, number 3, that when you accept yourself fully, when you approve of yourself, when you love yourself completely, doesn't matter what the rest of the world thinks, what they say, or what they have to say, whether they do or they don't approve or accept, doesn't matter. It was never about them, ever. Right, my darlings? So number 3, you approve of you. You accept yourself. You love yourself completely. Number 4 is having a deep sense of gratitude for this life that you've been given. Understanding that your soul chose these experiences and to have been given this beautiful life, that you can come and do all of this is such a gift. We'll talk about spiritual awakening after number 5. But number 4 is a deep sense of gratitude for this life, for the experiences, that you can be here, that all of this is here for you. All of this was created for us to come and explore the depths of who we are. When we finally understand that, there is nothing but gratitude. It's such a beautiful place to be. Number 5. You no longer feel that you need to fit in anywhere. It doesn't matter. Number 5. You are who you are. And you don't need to fit in. You don't need to be part of a group. You don't need any of that anymore. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be on your own. All of it's okay. If you're in a group of like-minded people, great. And if you're not, great. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because you don't feel that need to have to be part of anything anymore. You know? You already have this intrinsic knowing within you that you are already part of all of it. You already have this deep connectedness that we talked about in the previous one. So it doesn't make sense to need to fit in anywhere. You know, you are already part of all of it. You are already part of the whole of the collective. You're already part of all of it. So fitting in doesn't make sense to you anymore. You don't need to. You know, it's been quite a while. Actually, to be honest, I've always had a strong rejection for labels. From quite young, I've never wanted to say I am, or I am, you know. I've done courses. I completed the Reiki Master course. I completed sound healing. But from there, to me saying I am this or I am that, or no, I've done these courses, but they're not who I am. I am energy. I am spirit. That's it. That's simple. And if that means that there's no pigeonhole that I fit into, then I'm fine with that. You know, I'll make my own. I don't need to fit into anything. I'm quite happy to be free from all the labels. You know? I've never felt in my life that I needed to be in a group, to be, how do you explain it? As a child, I always felt I was in my own little bubble. And in that little bubble, that was my whole world. And I was quite content playing in that world. It didn't matter that it was a world of one, you know? But I realized with time, you know, that all this beautiful information that I've been given hasn't been given to just me. All of this beautiful information up here. I've been blessed with these beautiful books, but they weren't just for me. That's why I'm here, to share them with you. You know? So, it's all right to not fit in. It doesn't mean anything. There's nothing wrong with you unless you believe that there is. You know, if you believe there's something wrong with me, then fine. But, you know, I think that's one of the reasons I don't seem to fit into any groups. And it's because I don't identify myself with any label. You know, I teach piano and I can say I am a piano teacher, but I prefer to say I teach piano because I'm not identified by that. It's just a job. It's something I do. That's not who I am. It's something I do. When I do Reiki, again, I'm doing Reiki, but it's not who I am. I am this beautiful energy. You see? So when people start to talk that way, that I am energy, that I am spirit, then I'll fit into that. You know, whatever that is. But I don't like being confined either. You know, we are limitless beings. So, recapping the 5 new ways, or 5 more ways that you can know that you're having a spiritual awakening. Number 1 is that you don't need to fix or change anybody else. You understand that it's all perfectly divine the way it is. Number 2, you are content in your own company. You don't need to be with others to be happy. You're quite happy on your own. Number 3, the 3rd sign that you're having a spiritual awakening. And number 2, you're happy being on your own. And there's an understanding within you that you are never alone. You know, there are always beings in other dimensions that are with us. Anyway, that's for, you know, different video, but you understand that you're never really alone. So you can never be lonely, you know. So number 2 was being happy in your own company. Number 3 is that you don't need validation from others. You don't need other people to accept you. You don't need other people to approve of you. You are enough. You approve of you. You accept yourself. You love yourself. Number 4, a deep sense of gratitude for your life, for your existence, for this miracle of who you are. And number 5, the 5th sign, is that you don't need to fit in. You don't need to have any labels. You don't need to be a part of anything to be who you are. All right, my darlings? So I hope that helps, because sometimes if you're going through these things, you might think, oh, there's something wrong with me that no longer, that bothers me now, it no longer resonates, or you're finding that you don't want to be around people, you want to be by yourself more and more. That's normal. That's your spirit saying, please, you know, let's have some me time. Let's have some us time. Come and sit with me. Please. That's what your spirit is saying. All right, my darlings. In the next video, we're going to talk about what is spiritual awakening. What does it mean? What does it mean to me? What does it mean to you? What does it mean? All right, my darlings. I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.